So, like, all right, you can tell me to shut up and let's podcast, but...
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Netflix Explorers podcast, the podcast that goes into these different seasons, just like spring, from the 1890 studios. My name is Dale.
We're trying to escape winter's last icy grip death and jump into spring. I'm Adam.
And this is Patrick with all digital notes this week.
Today we're going over Adventureland, When We First Met, and the ritual. Please stick around. Hello! Gentlemen in the podcast.
Love that song.
What's going on, dudes?
Yeah.
Now, usually we're a late night. This is a late night podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing an early morning one. We happen to be able to combine our schedules, and I mean, there's light coming through the window.
I love it, dude.
The natural light.
Podcasting in the daylight hours.
We're fresh.
Yeah.
We're fresh as a daisy. Well, most of us anyway. What do you think, Patrick? How you doing this wonderful morning?
I'm doing well. I had a little bit of a stressful morning getting these notes together and then getting over here.
It's a tough job,
Yeah.
but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, well, it's done, so.
Nice work.
You are basically the Terminator of notes.
You're the Ray Kroc of the Adam, welcome to the podcast, dude. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Bright
man.
and early.
Yeah, dude. Did you see Dale's new kayak?
No, I didn't. Where's it at?
It's in the garage. We gotta check it out.
Oh, dude.
It's dirty.
I mean, it is spring now, so drop it on
I thought
in.
it wasn't supposed to get here till like April.
I know. They called me yesterday. They're like, we got it. I'm like, I'm on my way.
He's basically Kayak Jack of the region.
Kayak.
I am the Ray Kroc of kayaks.
This podcast is brought to you by Kayak Jack. Check out my videos, bro.
Oh, kayak, that's who you mean?
Yeah.
You mean Steve from Key West kayak fishing?
I thought his name was Kayak Jack.
No, but I'm going to call him and say that should be his name. I think you just named up kayak.
No, I totally just Googled Kayak Jack yesterday to show someone one of his videos. What he's got a sailfish in his freaking kayak.
That's his name. That's not his name. Kayak Jack.
Maybe I'm thinking Samurai Jack.
Whatever. We're going to look it up later. But Adam, along with being a big kayak fanatic as you are, you're the docket master.
I am.
Adventureland, When We First Met, the ritual. At least 2/3 of these, and I'll talk about it later. You did a wait. Yes, my opinion. What did you just thumbnail picking, or what'd you do?
Well, Adventureland was a recommendation from John Palak.
Johnny P.
We take whenever a listener gives me a recommendation, I make sure to get it in there at some point.
Sure.
When we first met, I've seen it's popped up on my Netflix a lot to check it out, and it's got it had the guy from not Office Space, Workaholics,
Adam Devine.
Yeah, Adam Devine. I think he's very funny.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's cool. A movie with him. I like to check that out.
Sure.
And then the Ritual. The Ritual looked very good.
Yes,
it's kind of a horror movie with some buddies that go out in the woods. You know, I love that kind of stuff.
Right.
So that was the docket blueprint, I guess.
Okay. And you're following it. Well, we got first one up, Adventureland. Let me flip over to my notes here. Adventureland is when was this? 2009 film. In the summer of 1987, a college graduate takes a nowhere job at his local amusement park, only to find it's the perfect horse to get him prepared for the real world. 6.8 on IMDb. Comedy, drama, romance, 106 minutes. 16 million bones at the box office. Roll the trailer.
My estimate for the Europe trip was a little off.
Jesse Eisenberg.
A summer job.
Happy graduation, kiddo.
I wrote for the Gordian Knot. It was a literary journal. No, I've never actually driven an asphalt mixer per se.
So his dad lost his job, and he had to get a summer job in Europe or something.
What am I supposed to do? I'm not even qualified for manual labor.
Life after college is not exactly what
James
expected.
that guy's
I
back.
don't have much work experience. James?
Yeah.
Wait, but that's not right.
The trailer guy.
Yeah.
Accepting this T-shirt.
Well, it's 2009.
Bill Hader, Christian Wing.
Now he'll get to deal with exciting career opportunities.
Nasty.
Exciting career on-the-job training.
On-the-job training.
Bathroom break every 2
He's working
hours.
at a
Recommend
carnival.
saving a few of those up in case you have to go number 2.
And inspiring leadership.
All right, the race is on. We have a winner. Here is this.
Hey, James, have you ever seen a horse race before?
That's how we met.
I'm amazed at how tiny my paycheck is.
We are doing the work of pathetic, lazy morons.
For those who think I feel. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, we have a loser.
Party at my house tonight.
Ryan Reynolds.
My dad's out of town.
Yeah, I'm invited.
That's why I'm telling
What's her
you.
name? Kristen Stewart?
Stewart. Yeah.
James, every time you meet a beautiful woman, don't you imagine what she'd look like naked?
Come in.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll be in a second. Oh, overhead him. Look at this thing.
Be cool with that.
From the director of Superbad,
Nice fight, Grandpa. There's a whole corn dog.
My brother's such a douche.
the worst job ever,
We're trying to kill me. Get out of my doorway. You don't know what I'm capable of.
That was a cool scene.
Yeah.
might just lead
I love your song. Come on, let's dance.
to the best time of his life.
You get to refrigerate these?
It's not weird.
Fry these up.
Adventureland.
Been drinking drugs?
I think I had a bad corn dog.
Yeah, don't ever eat the corn dogs.
Adventureland. Let's see. I'm going to rattle through some notes here if we don't mind. The real Adventureland Park is located in Farmingdale, Long Island, New York. The screenplay for this film was featured in the 2007 Blacklist, a list of the most unmade scripts of the year.
Say that again?
The screenplay of this film
Okay.
was featured in the 2007 Blacklist,
Okay.
a list of the most liked unmade scripts of the year.
Most liked unmade.
Scripts of the year.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the most liked is in quotations, so we know. Twilight director Catherine Hardwicke flew out to Pittsburgh to meet Kristen Stewart on her day off from filming Adventureland to audition her for the role of Isabella Swan, which she won and accepted. Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader were only on set for 4 days. All scenes with their characters Paulette and Bobby had to be condensed and shot quickly due to their commitments with Saturday Night Live. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I was wondering, they are Bill Hader, Kristen Wiig. Now, we all know I have a secret cinema crush on Kristen Wiig.
yes.
Bill Hader is like the straight man of the century. Whenever you think someone should be busting out laughing, I mean, we don't see the bloopers, of course, but he is just a dynamite straight guy. He's the funniest guy. He'll never crack a smile. I loved him in this one. But Adam, could you give me a rundown of what this movie is besides the little description? Talk to me a little bit about the movie.
Yeah, so basically Jesse Eisenberg, he plays a kid.
The same person he kind of always plays in every movie.
Yeah, so that's actually in my let me jump in on
We'll
that
come back to
before.
that.
Yeah, okay. And then so basically he graduates high school. Dad doesn't have any money to send him to college. He's got to get a summer job to help pay for college. He gets a summer job at a amusement park. Meets some interesting fellows, and he meets Kristen Stewart there,
right?
And they kind of become friends, and then form a little love interest, and then just kind of shenanigans. It's more, I would put it like kind of a rom-com kind of feel.
Sure.
It's so it's just a story of him, of just like a typical summer. It just
Young
reminded
love.
me of young love summer. One of those tales. So. That's pretty much it. What do you think? What do you got to add?
It's just classic. I mean, it's the tropes are abound. This is there's nothing to take away from this one. We all want to pop Steve, make me feel something. This has most cliche everything. The goofy people are supposed to be goofy and they're good at it. The love is all predictable. How they get the girl is predictable, and heartbreak is predictable. There's some funny moments, but it's just, it's at 5 out of 10 the whole way through. You know what I mean? It's just a solid, always written by the book kind of thing. Patrick, am I wrong? Or
No, you're right. You're spot on. I really didn't think there was anything unique about it. When I'm watching it, okay, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen.
Sure.
Very predictable. They did try and set up a storyline earlier in the movie, and then they just never came back to it with Ryan Reynolds and Twilight chick.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a little unnecessary, so I was like, But I mean, still, Bill Hader, he was hilarious.
Dynamite.
And Kristen Wiig was finally funny, so that was good too.
Whoa.
Wow, hey, shots fired.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong, I don't think, with being status quo. You want to hit all your teeny rom-com check marks? Boom, you got them. And I don't think there's anything terrible about making a movie like that. But if you want to rock people and make this a blockbuster, you're gonna have to do a little more. So just kind of meh across the board. Not a bad meh. It just nothing surprised me about it.
Usually, like, you could spot out like real good visuals in a movie. Did you feel like any scene really like blew you away?
There was one scene where they're in the bumper cars and they use stable like not GoPros, but the cameras are bolted onto the bumper cars.
Yeah, so like everything's spinning behind them,
Sure.
but they're center frame.
They're always in frame and everything's moving around them, which kind of tells a little bit about how they're. And it's only Jesse Eisenberg
Yep.
and Christian Stewart.
Yep.
They're the only people that have this camera on them. So, like you said, Adam, like everything's spinning around them, and they're just in the middle together. You know what I mean? So I saw that. Also, they wanted to do some artsy stuff. They did some real low light kind of setup stuff where you can definitely scoot a little bit closer to the one you got your eye on. You know what I mean? So there was that.
Yeah.
But really, soundtrack was really pretty good. There was a lot of kind of the like explosions in the sky, real like dissonant kind of slow. But then they had some of the classics as we just heard in the trailer, and then there was some David Bowie in there too. Good soundtrack. I'd almost be interested in seeing the full list for that. But why? Did you find something in there to point out visually, or what?
No, I was looking for something the whole time, and I was like, it just seems like a real bland movie. Like 5 out of 5 the whole way.
Yeah.
Audio, visual.
Will be 5 out of
content.
10. 5 out of 5.
Oh yeah, 5 out of 10. I got the John Palick movie list on my mind.
Right. Yeah, so it was just a healthy meh across the board. Am I sad I watched it? No. But I'm almost just wouldn't rewatch or recommend. We can't do that. Anything else to add?
I would just say that Jesse Eisenberg, he kind of plays Jesse Eisenberg in this movie like he does every other movie.
Sure. The
Where
kind
it's
of
just
the
like,
dweeby.
I'm kind of nervous and I talk kind of like, okay,
Right,
like
right.
that. Like, so, I mean, if you like that guy, if you like him like that, like you want to continue with his work,
Sure.
that's a good movie to watch. But I'm not a big fan of it, so
Yeah.
I think if you had probably somebody else maybe playing the lead, it might have been a little more interesting, shall we say? But
yeah, or took the character a different way. I mean,
Right.
you're going to get the goofy guy trying to get the chick that's out of his league or not in the same league. It's a classic,
right?
Building block what they've done here, and his character didn't do it wow me in any way.
No, I mean that's pretty much it though. I mean it's just
And Kristen Stewart's always the person who's just upset and bent out of shape all the time.
yeah, she's very bent on.
She's
shit.
always crabby.
And she always gives tries to give like sexy eyes, like hey.
Like, no, you just need to take a nap.
It's like
and,
no, you look sad.
Yeah, someone needs to buy you a gift and you need to sleep in one of these.
You need to
days.
be treated nice.
Yeah, that's
Find
what
a guy
you
that
need.
treats you nice.
Jesse Eisenberg.
There you go.
Bingo.
But yeah, Bill Hader's awesome. Like
Yeah.
when he's in these roles, like whether it's Forgetting Sarah Marshall or Superbad, where he's just got like a little tiny part, but
Right.
he does that so well.
Yeah.
Like he's great comic relief.
Yeah, he's he's good.
Would you put him as an A-list actor?
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Bill Hader?
Yeah.
Is he a
No.
Is he a B? He's a solid B supporter. He's like the best supporting actor ever. What's a where he's the main character? What?
I don't think that was
I
what I
don't
was
think
saying.
I've
I don't
ever
think he even qualifies as a B.
Really?
Because I think
He was in a movie with the pig. What is her name?
Babe too.
No.
Schumer.
No. Yeah, Schumer, but I can't remember her
Babe
first
2?
name.
I don't remember.
Charlotte's Web.
Not Chuck Schumer. His niece.
Amy Schumer?
Amy Schumer. He was in a movie with Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
And he blew that movie out of the water, but she blew that movie back into the water.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was a lead in that one. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would bump him up to B.
And
Okay.
LeBron
Went
was
from-
in it too. So.
Well,
A.
I think to be a B, you have to have at least one lead role under your belt.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
get
why
you.
I think that, but that's what I think.
Make it a pillar. Pros cons, Adam. What do you think for this one?
Pros, it's probably a good, it's a good rom-com. It's got a little more depth than I say the average rom-com because there are some love triangles and squares and pentagons at some point. So so it's a little more. I guess it's a little more serious than most rom-coms.
That's true.
More on the rom, less on the com.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of that genre. But then pros, it's enjoyable. It's a nice movie.
Sure.
Cons, nothing special, like
Right.
we already said, and it's not as funny as I like it. I'm not huge on Jesse Eisenberg, so I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch a lot of his movies by choice, I guess. So
I gotcha.
that's my guy.
Patrick, pros, cons?
I'm kind of mirroring the same thing. Pro, Bill Hader's a rock star in it, so he cracked me up the whole time. Con, if you're not into Jesse, you're not going to like this movie very much.
Yeah.
But I will say it's probably a good movie just to YouTube the best clips from Bill Hader and move on.
Oh, he's great.
YouTube com?
Yeah, a Yacom.
I mean, my pros and cons are actually really similar. Pros are you're going to get a solid rom-com out of it. The bad news is all you're going to get is a solid rom-com out of it. So that's the pros and cons. You're not going to be wowed, but you're not going to be let down. It's a 5 out of 10. It's middle of the road. It's just a movie. You're going to your Jesse Eisenberg's going to be your Jesse Eisenberg. That's how he's going to act. Your Kristen Stewart's going to be a Kristen Stewart. Bill Hader's awesome as always. It's just nothing out of the ordinary. So
I did like Kristen Wiig a lot more in this movie than in Masterminds.
Okay.
I feel like she pairs real well with Bill. So
she has she's a great like I don't know what you want to call it. Like her comedy is
subtle.
It's very subtle, and the way she plays off other people, it's very like improv style comedy, and I thought it was really great. But anyway, let's do a rewatch recommend. Adam, what do you think?
Recommend? Sure. I'd recommend. You looking for a rom-com? Watching a movie with a significant other. Are you looking for something to watch together? Sure. Recommend. Rewatch? No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Nothing there for me to come back to.
Sure.
So,
Patrick? No. I don't even think I would recommend this to people that are trying to look for a mediocre rom-com. So.
Okay. I will recommend this if it is, you're looking for a rom-com, you like a vac rom-com. If you need to vacuum, you already know what's going to happen. You're just kind of watching, hoping you catch a little Bill Hader. But rewatch, I don't need to do that. As Adam said, it's nothing to wow me. But Adam, bring us down a liquor trial if you could.
Yeah, so I'll just give this one a Bud Light.
Okay.
Just a case of Bud Light. You open up a Bud Light, you know what's inside.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised.
No surprise.
Yep.
Patrick, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's just like a mid-tier beer. So if Adam's going Miller Lite, I'd have to go Bud Light.
Okay.
And it's without a dilly-dilly, so.
Sure.
I said Bud Light. I like Miller Lite a lot more than Bud Light.
Ooh.
So you can have Miller.
Wait, you said Bud?
I said Bud.
Can we play back? Can we play back the tape, please?
Whoa! Society of Five.
No, that wasn't it. I got written down this Bacardi Hurricane. It's a very high school-y drink, I think. And it's just sweet, and there's nothing to. It's not anything special. Just a sweet little thing. So
should have went the high school route.
That's where I was at. Next one up, we got When We First Met. Let me do a little bit before we roll the trailer. Adam, if we could. Oh, I don't see it on my notes anywhere. Oh, there it is. It's on another page. 2018. This is a 6.5 IMDb. It's a comedy, fantasy, romance, 97 minutes. That's a wheelhouse if I've ever seen one. Noah spends a perfect first night with Avery, the girl of his dreams, but gets relegated to the friend zone. He spends the next 3 years wondering what went wrong until he gets a time machine. Let's roll the trailer. After that,
she was the girl of my dreams.
That was the moment I knew that it was love.
We met 3 years ago. You are a league of their own, right?
Are you Garth?
They're at a Halloween party.
Right.
What is your favorite drink?
Grapefruit juice with vodka and cream maraschino cherries.
Hey, do you want to get out of here?
Yeah. It was the perfect first date.
These things are so much fun.
But I waited too long. And then I got hugged.
Friend zone.
It's so nice to have a good guy friend.
that was probably the funniest. That's probably the part I laughed at most at.
3 years later.
I'm in love with Avery. If only I could go back and do everything differently. I could be the kind of guy she would want.
A little bit of foreshadowing.
Could you tell me
Netflix film.
2014.
Holy shit. I just traveled back in time. Right now, I have someone to meet.
What's your favorite drink?
Mine is grapefruit juice with some vodka and exactly 3 maraschino cherries.
That's my favorite drink, too.
What?
This is the psycho I was telling you about.
You didn't guess that I was an army brat. You already knew that. You're a stalker.
Stalkers wear like trench coats and no underwear. And I am clearly wearing underwear. Look. The photo booth
Relive the moment.
This is gonna be the best night of your life.
I can deal with best night of my life.
Just follow what I do. Ready? What's up, girl? What's up, girl?
Are you doing a Joker impersonation?
This is like, it was good.
If all else fails, be an asshole.
Be an asshole.
Not hard asshole, soft asshole.
Don't forget your leather pants.
Oh my God. I went full asshole.
Wakes up, he's got frosted tips.
Right.
I make a decision, and then I wake up 3 years later with the consequences. I thought things were supposed to happen for a reason.
Things happen for no reason at all, but they create opportunities. The question is, can you recognize that next opportunity when it matters the most?
Adam Devine, a bunch of other people.
Hey! Oh my God. That's the stalker!
I got a bomb! He's got a bomb! I got a bomb! It's fine. I'm sorry my bomb threat ruined your magical evening. Have a great life.
When we first met.
Okay, when we first met. I got words.
Well, I hope so, because it's a podcast. If you had visuals, we would be in trouble.
If you're watching the live feed, you already know what I'm thinking. I'm gonna.
He's got a whole board right here.
Patrick, what'd you think about this one, man? When we first met.
So I watched 75% of this, and then I just skipped to the last 5 minutes because
Quarter Rob, 20% Rob.
Quarter Rob, I bet.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch it, but I feel like I know exactly what happened in that blurb that I missed, because another super predictable movie about how it's going to... You see one time travel movie.
Yeah.
You kind of seen it in the past again. So.
Right.
Ooh,
time travel. Adam, what'd you think about this one, man?
Oh, yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie. Let's just say it. There was parts where I just fast forward through it because I was like, okay, yeah I know what happens here. Okay, come on. Like, it was very awkward. Awkward. So Dale, I was like, I knew I was like, Dale's gonna hate this movie. I had to fast forward through parts of it just because it was, not that great, man.
Yeah. Okay. Now, allow me. This is crap. This is pure movie, like absolute garbage. How they put this together. We already saw in the trailer, it's time travel. He gets a bunch of different chances. Basically, which is also strange, is however he ends up before he goes into that photo booth to go into the future 3 years, the person he is when he ends that night, or acts to be, he becomes, exponentially 3 years later. So if he's like, oh, she likes a guy who's, got his head around business and wants a successful future, he gets a job that day. 3 years later, poof, he's a, VP of this company and whatever. So everything jumps 3 years in advance, right? Okay. Right. So, this is a classic fast forward. I know what's happening. I know what's happened. Patrick, 75%, whatever. Just keep going. But the way this movie ended, which is, you could have taken this any way. You could have gone like, I'm going to go back, and I'm not going to go back into the photo booth again. I'm just going to live my life. That's how I thought this one was going to end. Just a classic, try to get the girl and go into this time machine and relive the night. Wouldn't you just not go back in and see? That's how you think it's going to end. But it doesn't end like that. And I'm not going to say how it ends, but it's not what I thought how one of these should end.
Yes.
So the whole movie's crap. It's predictable. I wanted to look away because I hand over my eyes. I just didn't want to watch the awkwardness. It was so terrible. And that Adam Levine guy, I mean, props to him being so awkward. He's fantastic at being awkward.
Right.
He's the Jesse Eisenberg of awkward.
He's the Michael Scott.
He is
a protege.
Exactly. So anyway, that said, it's just classic crap the whole time. Then you get to the last chunk and you're like, maybe Patrick saw coming. the way he handled like how he can go through time and everything like that, and how he finished the movie, I finally was like, okay, it finally ended differently than I thought it would have. So that's its redeeming factor. It should be written out in one page. Like, you already know what this movie is. You've seen 1,000 of these movies before where the time travel is. But the way it ends is the only thing. You should just flip through all of the movie and just watch the last 15, I'd say. But anyway, that's what I think. It sucked the whole way through, and then it finally,
didn't suck.
It didn't suck. Exactly. It didn't rock me.
I did like the twist at the end.
It was a twist.
We'll call it a slight twist, but that was. I think you're right. That's spot on, Dale. That's like the only redeeming quality is the ending and how it's a little less predictable.
Sure. Exactly. And it's not wowing you. You're not like, great ending. It's like, it's just
Society defined.
Right. It's just something different.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, it really doesn't take that much to be a little different.
It bums me out too because, like, okay, last great time travel, simple, like, human story, I'd say, like, not like time travel with space and stuff,
like rom-com time,
like rom-com travel, has been Groundhog Day.
Okay.
No one has been able to replicate Groundhog Day.
Sure.
But why? There's so much there to like to do and to play with to make it work, but no one can like put it together.
I think just once you touch time travel, you're like, oh, so you're trying to be Groundhog Day? Okay. And then disregard. And you kind of just want to go like rip everything off. There's nothing original,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of these notes described as being, Adam, 500 Days of Summer meets Groundhog Day. So there you go. Once Adam was cast in the lead, the producers asked him to look over the script and rewrite it to suit his comedy style. What is his comedy style? How is he in Workaholics?
Same thing.
Really?
I would see Workaholics. He's much more like, I would say, vulgar, and like he's much more of a bro. Like,
oh, okay.
You know what I mean? He's really funny. He's like,
yeah, like when he's being the douchebag at that part of the movie.
Right.
It's kind of like that, but I don't think he's
not even that kind of a douchebag though. Because in Workaholics, he's kind of like a guy that's like loves to party. You know, he loves to have fun. He makes fun of a lot of people, but he's like a good person, I guess, at his soul.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a little reckless. He's kind of crazy. Like, he's not this kind of guy.
Sure.
So that kind of surprises me.
When he rewrote it for his, not rewrote, but rewrote for his comedy style.
Yeah.
So you think he's trying to be the nicer? He's got the nicer at his core. Nicer guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
This took 6 years to make into a movie. So I guess they just needed to find the budget or something like that. Somebody to make it.
6 years in IMDb points. So
somebody goes,
used 4 more.
Hey, we have an idea. It's a rom-com with time travel. Everyone's going like, oh
man, no. it was so bad. There's I hate fast forwarding through movies. Because it's just. You feel like you're just wasting time.
Right.
Well, not only that, I feel like I'm risking missing like a line of dialogue that's going to like bring everything to light for me. But like I said, that last couple of minutes, I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to fast forward as much as I can.
Right.
Okay, that's the credits. Okay, 5 minutes back.
Yeah.
All right, that's the movie.
Right. Yeah.
That's all, folks.
So anyway, that's that. It's crap, and then it surprises you with being a slight less crap at the end. Really, is what I'm saying.
I thought he was fine in it. Like,
as far as acting wise, I think who's that? Avery, his main love interest, it seemed all forced from her perspective. I don't know if she's an actress in a lot of other stuff. I've never seen her.
She's been in a lot of stuff.
Really?
She was in True Detective.
Oh, okay.
On HBO, and she was in. I think she was in Baywatch, the new Baywatch.
The movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
she just seemed real forced to me, like through her lines and stuff. It seemed real. Not a lot of emotion. How about that?
Well, I didn't think she had a lot of content to add to the movie other than being his main goal.
Sure.
So, like, when she was interacting with him, it didn't feel genuine,
Right.
It wasn't adding much to the movie because it was all based around Adam.
Yeah,
so it wasn't.
That's true. Yeah, I think he's been in Workaholics for how long?
3 seasons.
Okay, is he kind of new on the scene? He seems like a funny dude.
It's like 6 seasons or something
of Workaholics.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Really,
I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of this guy. I really think he is a Steve Carell-ish.
He's very funny.
Well, he's the Office Steve Carell.
I know he's got some stand-up too. I haven't seen his stand-up.
Okay,
but he's a funny guy.
He's in Pitch Perfect 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
So I think
Some
he
of
plays
your-
like a love interest or something.
Some of your favorites.
I haven't seen any, but I do love the soundtrack.
I saw Pitch Perfect 1. He is very good in that.
Oh.
Does he play like a funny guy, or
He
is
plays the like Pitch Perfect's all about acapella
Sure.
singing, and he plays like he's the leader of the acapella, like I guess the bad, like the rival,
The JV.
the
rival,
the rival
acapella group.
the rival acapella group. Like he's the leader of it,
Right.
and he's like acapella. Like you got to be real to aka. Like like he has a lot of fun with it because it's very stupid,
Yeah.
and he's really good in that role. And so yeah, he's actually really
Pitch
funny in that.
Perfect. So would you rather watch Pitch Perfect 1?
Oh, absolutely, no question.
Okay, good. Well, tell you what, give me pros cons on this one if you could.
Pros, pros. At the ending is a good ending, and I think he does kind of have a journey, and there is some personal growth when the ending comes, and that makes you go, and he grows from the experience,
Gets it. Yeah.
and he gets it, and he's happy at the end.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably the best, like the part that only was like, oh, okay, good for him,
Right.
good for him.
Yeah.
So that's probably the pro. Con, the movie's a bunch of garbage leading up to
Yes.
that.
Yes.
It's so stupid. Like it's like he's trying to be like Mike Myers half the time.
Sure.
And it's like it's just not working, and then he's got no help from his other people,
Right.
from the supporting cast. So it's not good.
No.
Not a good movie. Don't watch it.
Pros cons, Patrick.
I thought it was funny enough to be a movie. Like it's funny for me,
Yeah.
but my con is it's super predictable. So
Sure.
the time in between jokes, you're just going to be like pulling your hair out,
Waiting it out.
So,
Yeah. This is the pro on my end is like Adam said. The ending was something I did not. I thought this would just be just your classic movie finish, but it wasn't. It was just a hair different. It was a hair twist, and I'm happy it was like that. But the con is, again, I'm echoing Adam. It's just crap the whole time until you get there. It's predictable. It's lame. It's some parts are kind of funny, but if we're gonna pick it apart, it doesn't make any sense.
So we don't do a lot of rom-coms. We did 2 this week.
Sure.
Okay, Adventureland and
Short week, too.
When We First Met.
Right.
Why? To me, I think it's pretty obvious we all like Adventureland over When We First Met.
Maybe.
I don't think I did. I think I liked When We First Met more than Adventureland.
Really?
It's just my disdain for Jesse Eisenberg. but
if you put Adam Levine in Adventureland,
ooh,
yeah, I don't know if
he might be too old for it though. Didn't put a lot of makeup on him.
I don't know if he saves it. And here's the thing: in Adventureland, I don't care. I don't care about. They tried to steal a lot from Freaks and Geeks, and in fact, what's his name is from Freaks and Geeks.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, what's the guy's name? He was his buddy who like smokes a pipe. Martin Starr.
Oh, Guilfoyle.
Oh yeah.
He it was trying to be like Freaks and Geeks, and it like didn't hit the mark, and it was just kind of annoying. The When We First Met was, you're traveling back in time, which already you got me. I love time travel, but the way they executed it was just garbage. But they put an ending on it that you didn't think it would go that way. So that's the redeeming part of it, and it's new. Like it's a
2018, 20.
Well, it's just kind of like the old Freaks and Geeks style. This Adventureland was in '87. This has already been done, way done. But like a brand new here, for instance, he's in the movie, and When We First Met, he's like, "Hey man, just get me a blueberry Red Bull, and I'm just gonna get out of here." And he's like, "Man, Red Bull only makes one flavor." Spins the can. Red Bull. And he's like, "Oh, it is 3 years later."
This just got real.
Right. I just went 3 years. So it's like, okay, well, at least you're kind of making it newer for me. I don't know. It was just
creativity points.
Maybe it was just a little bit better than Adventureland. I'm not going to fight for it. I still thought the whole thing was garbage, but I will say I did finish it up just as my wife came home from work. I finished up When We First Met, and I fast forwarded the whole movie through it, did like an ornithologist, and explained what was happening through the fast forward. And I had to have her watch the end. Yeah. She really liked how it ended because of that newer twist.
Okay.
So I don't know. It tries to redeem itself. It tries to pull itself out of the fire. It still burns in a fiery wreck, but When We First Met kind of saves itself.
Ditto. I liked it more than Adventureland. That was for sure.
Interesting.
Why about Adventureland did that take the rom-com?
I thought it had more depth.
Okay.
A little more depth.
Oh, definitely more depth for sure. Because you're dealing with Jesse Eisenberg. You got his family struggles. You got his love struggles. You got
Kristen Stewart's family struggles.
She's of course got something to be bent on.
And I think I like the comedic vibes better. I guess the comedic style. It was. Yeah. I thought that was. I mean, they both had very little comedy to really make you laugh a lot about.
I wonder if there was a little more drama to Adventureland than there was.
For sure.
It was just full on comedy for when we first met.
Okay. Interesting.
Maybe. But
so listeners can decide. Which rom-com would you prefer?
Adam at 1890 Studios, Dale at 1890 Studios, or Patrick at 1890studios.com. Feel free to let us know. But do a rewatch recommend, Adam, when we first met?
No.
No. Patrick?
No, I don't think I'd rewatch it, but I might recommend it.
Same thing. I don't need to watch it again, but somebody's bored and need a rom-com and only want to watch a little bit of it and fast forward.
97 minutes.
Go ahead. Adam, bring us on Liquor Store Aisle if you could.
I will try my best. I'm trying to think of something.
Good
luck. I guess I would give it. It's there's not a lot. It's not very good, but the ending kind of makes it go all right. So I came up with this. It's a Lagunitas IPA.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Lagunitas IPA. I don't think it tastes very good. But at the end, aftertaste of an IPA, you get that same kind of hoppy aftertaste.
Sure.
Which is okay. So I can struggle through Lagunitas IPAs because of the aftertaste. So that's kind of what this movie was like.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Patrick, you got a drink review for this one?
I gave it like a Heineken. Some people call it the piss water of Europe, but I mean, over here it's an import, so it's got to be good.
Right.
But I mean, some people still don't like it, so heavy meh.
Okay, I got a vodka blueberry Red Bull because I don't really like vodka that much, and I really don't like Red Bull that much. But I don't think I would have liked this movie. I really didn't, but I appreciate the thought of making me a drink. I guess. Thank you for making me something I don't like completely. But either way, that's where I'm at. But the last one up is Ritual. What do we got here for Ritual? The Ritual is a 2017 film. A group of college friends reunite for a trip to the forest, but encounter a menacing presence in the woods that's stalking them. 6.3 IMDb. It's a horror 94-minute, but it is a Netflix original. Adam, roll that trailer.
Rob would have loved this place. He's a good man. The best of us.
You know they have walking trails in England. Pubs.
Come on, man. Where's your soul?
It's twisted. It's twisted.
All right, yep. Easy. Look, we go southwest through here. We cut the journey in half.
What, through the forest?
Yeah, why not?
It's just a forest.
I'll tell you why not.
Oh, you'd have found something to fall over in Vegas too, mate.
So nice shots of
now,
Sweden.
Is it me, or is it really quiet in here?
Yeah, it's quiet in the woods.
I'm interested to see what this trailer shows.
So they stumble upon a deer that's stuck in the tree.
Yeah, like gutted open on a tree.
It's a warning.
We shouldn't be here. Where the hell are we, Hutch?
We should pitch the tents.
This is ridiculous, man.
Luke, you're getting soaked.
Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything. Come on.
Very creepy shots.
Oh, he's in a tent. Something's outside. Very scary. And the tent flew away. His buddy's freaking out on the ground.
So we're going to talk about it then or not?
It was a nightmare, Phil.
Well, what happened to you then?
We got spooked and we had bad dreams. All right?
I woke up last night. Look at this. Nothing has done that to you. You've done it to yourself. Why do you have to deny everything I say? Because I do not value your judgment.
We need to be working together, man.
He saw some hands on a tree.
Your darkest dreams await you.
What the fuck is that? Fucking hell, we don't know where we are!
The Ritual. Only on Netflix.
So that is The Ritual. The film is based on a novel by Adam Neville and produced by Andy Serkis, who, of course, is Gollum.
Really?
Right? Is he really? I better check that because he might be in House of Cards. I think he is. I got to relook here. Hang on a second. Consult the Book of Knowledge here.
Yeah, Patrick, why don't you tell us about the film?
So it's basically there's 5 friends, but one of them
Gollum.
gets murdered, and so his like final wish was to go on this big bro hike up in Sweden or Norway or whatever. So after he passes, they all decide, okay, let's go here. So then they end up there, and then they get to their destination, have like a little ritual for the guy, and then they have to head back to the cabin. But as they're doing it, a guy breaks his ankle, and they have to create a shortcut. So the shortcut goes right through these woods, and then as soon as they get into the woods, crazy things start happening. And
hijinks ensue.
Hijinks ensue. The movie will pick up about 30 minutes in. So.
What'd you think?
It was really...
For a horror. Are you a horror guy by default? Yes, you are. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Adam, real quick, are you a horror person? Do you enjoy him?
Ish.
Meh? Okay. I'm meh as well. So you really got to do something great in a horror movie to kind of get me on board. But what'd you like about this one?
Well, I like that you didn't really have to pay attention to it.
Sure.
So, like, anytime there's loud noises, look at the screen. The rest of the time, you could be playing Civilization 6, you could be playing Battlefield 4, or whatever you want to do. You can do anything else. But when the music picks up, then you want to look at the screen.
Yeah, hit pause, get back to it.
Yeah,
Right.
and then after that, maybe 5 minutes tops, and then you can just go back to doing whatever, and then the music will pick up again. So it's kind of cueing you in when you need to pay attention. The rest of it, you can just zone out and do whatever you want. But
I gotcha.
From what I did pay attention to, it was really good.
Nice. Okay, really good. Adam, really good, as Patrick remarks.
I'll second the really good.
Second the really good.
I liked it. I thought it was, it's a good standard horror. You know, there's a group of guys got a band together. There's a monster or a thing or
the evil
thing, whatever that may be, out there that's trying to get us, and we gotta get through this and survive. Those are always great movies, you know. And then there's always like, I'm gonna go check outside to see what that noise was,
right?
You know? So then,
that was one of my notes. Every corner there was one of those classic horror tropes that they would just, I'm just gonna go check it out. Here, hold my flashlight while I walk into the dark. You know,
yeah.
Come on, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, but it was good, you know. And then I liked the beginning of it had a kind of a dark setup, which put a kind of a dark overcast over the whole movie, which was, I thought, worked well. And then as they're going through it, and you're thinking it's going to go one way, and then probably the last third of the movie, you stumble on something that is completely unexpected and different, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, the twist.
Yeah,
a very good twist.
A very good twist at the end. So it had good. It was broken up into thirds, I'd say, very nice. Yeah, your first third, the intro, the beginning, setup, middle third. Okay, this is what's going on.
Character build,
how we think. Character build, inner group relationship dynamics, and then the final third was how they wrapped it up. I thought it was really well done. You know, it wasn't over the top awesome, but you know, it was very solid. B+.
Sure, nice, good grade. Yeah, as I said earlier, horror movies aren't my bag. But you got to do a lot to wow me with a horror movie. And as I said, as they're walking through, it's your classic, let's just walk down this path. Oh, weird. The goofy guy who doesn't like physical activity broke his ankle, and now we got to carry him around the scary forest. Weird. Didn't see that coming a mile away. So it's like, okay, you're hitting all your horror marks. That's fine. But as Adam said, it does have a great breakdown. Like, it sets itself up. You understand both the characters, and you understand that there's an evil. You know, there's the evil, we'll call it that, and then there's the closing. So they set that up perfectly. You understand a lot about the characters. You understand the weight that all the characters bring. Okay, cool. You're a 5 out of 10. You're doing what you should do. But then the ending came, and I went. This movie went from 0 to hero in 1 second, because you're going like, okay, I see how this is. You know, I've seen Descent. Like, I know how this thing is. And then you're like, I am out of my chair. This is I think it was last night I watched this one. I'm out of my chair. I'm standing up. I'm just like cheering for this movie because of like how, the characters have come together and as Adam said, like we're a group of people that need to survive. It's a survival tale, But I did like too, besides your classic horror tropes, you had physical baggage from the emotional baggage rather,
right,
and physical because they're on a trip, so they have backpacks. Thank you. But it's crazy that the psychological horror that this is also, as along with just like guys in the woods and it's scary. So I thought that was pretty cool. What else do I got here? The lack, let me know what you guys think of this, the lack of what we think is the evil and the amount of time. Usually it's like, oh man, first part of the scene, you see like the guy with the knife in the rain in the lightning strikes outside your window. So then throughout the whole movie there's a guy with a knife that comes out when it's only raining and there's lightning strikes. So that's the evil. Boom, we know what it is. It's a guy with a knife. This, you have no idea where.
Very late.
I tried to. I think it was. I don't know the minute marker, but it was so late that we actually found out what this evil was. So that's a great base layer. Again, like a horror movie, you can hit all your tropes, but this one was a little different in the fact that we're scared of something, right? Everybody, like all sane main characters, we're all scared of something, right? What? Well, I don't know. This happened to you, and this happened to you, and this happened to you, but we don't know what it is. We don't know why it is. We don't know where it is. We don't know who it is. We don't know what's going on through the entire movie. So you think like tension of a guy outside of your tent is scary. Like maybe if you knew it was the killer, okay, it's still scary. The fact we don't know what is going on outside of this guy's tent or in their minds or what's going on. So that was, you want to get me on board with the horror movie, show me something like I haven't been rocked by before. The lack of the evil is something special.
And they give you little hints. They give you little hints of what it is.
Sure.
But you don't know what it is until the end. And then the evil, not only is it scary and it is, killing things and people, but it has a psychological aspect to it where it plays on your deepest, darkest fears and gives you horrible dreams, like how they said in the trailer. And so it uses your darkest fears against you in a very creepy kind of way, which I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, they're all walking through. Why aren't we talking about this? He's like, we all just had bad dreams. Oh, did you? Dun dun dun. So I mean, I got written down. This is the best horror film ending I've ever seen. And yeah, we dance around endings. We want you guys to either watch or don't watch it. We'll blow it if it's too bad, but. I mean, as far as horror films go, this was an awesome ending. Can you guys agree, Patrick?
The ending kind of fizzled out for me.
Okay.
Like the very last scene.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll let it go.
Right.
But like, I can't say too much without spoiling it. But...
Well, you're a horror guy, so there's a lot to go up against in your, repertoire. But
I know when I was searching for the trailer for this, there's like a 20-minute the ritual explained ending video I might have to check out just to see what I missed.
Okay.
But I think the ending it became a little too cliche for me, so
okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. What do we want to do here? Do we want to go into pros cons?
Sure, yeah. Pros, it was very entertaining. It's thrilling. I was pretty scared at times. I was like, "Ooh, what's gonna happen?" And then I thought they had good. The characters interacted well. It's a good story arc for the main character.
Sure.
What he goes through and how he comes out on the other side. That was all good. Cons, I'd say and it's another pro. Great shots, in the wilderness.
Oh, it's a beautiful looking.
Very cool. And then cons, I would say it's just kind of. There's nothing really there to kind of take it to the next level. I would say there's you got the classic horror tropes where it's like you already said, Dale, like, oh, Billy, don't go outside.
Yeah,
but I heard a noise.
Right.
So they got but I think you kind of have to have those. But at the same time, it's like, do you really?
Yeah,
I don't think you need to.
I think and that bugs me too. Patrick, give me pros, cons.
The pros, I thought it was a very good horror movie.
Yeah,
but the con was like the ending for me. It just
I
I was with the movie 99% of it, and then that 1% was the ending, but it's not enough to ruin the whole movie for me.
When you say you didn't like the ending, did you not like the last 5 minutes, or did you not like the last 25?
Five. Like the resolution with one of the characters at the end.
Right.
I didn't like.
Okay. Well, you spoiled it. We know that they can get wiped out by the fire monster, the dragon. The Swedish. Oh, wait. Did you I watched Lord of the Rings. I don't know what you guys watched. Prose, as Adam said,
I thought you said you liked it.
It's very beautiful. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that. I got a lot of crap for that Lord of the Rings thing. I'm just like, you know what? It's not as epic. It's just I like it in little ways. And
that's
then
why
people are texting me going like, dude, I listened to your Lord of the Rings thing. Unsubscribe. I'm like, wow.
It's so funny now to say like, I'm like Dale hates Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So anyway, I'm gonna echo Adam. It's beautiful. It's great. I love the struggle of the main characters, and then the psychological struggle. So they're hiking through Sweden. That's tough. Okay, struggle X. And then they all have their like what's on their minds, the psychological end of it. So that's really cool. So it's psychologically horror and it's physical horror. That's cool. Cons is it was just tropey the whole way through until the very end, which had a magnificent ending. So yeah, that's what I think. Rewatch or recommend for me. I don't need to rewatch it. I would like to watch just the last 20 minutes of it. I'll rewatch that. Recommend it if you're a horror person. Maybe it might, like Patrick said, it might not be meh, but I don't know. I thought I'd recommend it to someone who liked horror. Patrick, recommend.
When it comes to rewatching, I might rewatch the YouTube video of it.
Okay.
Just the explanation. I don't think I'm going to sit through the whole movie again. And when it comes to recommending, I would definitely recommend it to a couple of people that are horror buffs. So.
Okay, cool. Adam, you got a rewatch or recommend for this one?
Yeah, same thing. I'd recommend it for sure to anyone who wants to check it out. I think it's a good movie. I woke up yesterday morning, let the dogs out, and then watched some soccer and put it on. And Jenna came downstairs and she's like, "I'll just sleep on the couch as you watch this movie."
Nice.
And then because it was still early, and then halfway through the movie, she's up and she wants to watch it.
Oh, she's in.
So it's in. So whenever like you don't want to. Someone doesn't want, they're not in the mood to watch a movie, but they have to stick it with it to see the ending. You know, it's a good flick.
Sure.
So I think it's definitely worth watching. Recommend or rewatchability? No, I'm not feeling it. I wouldn't watch it again.
Well, you kind of blew it. You know, you kind of know how it ends.
It's
you know what I mean?
It's a one and done.
Sure.
Yep.
Cool. Well, how about you got a drink review for this one?
I do. I put Everclear. I was thinking, like, man, these guys just want to forget this whole experience.
Yeah.
Because what happens to them is pretty rough.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's a wild ride, and it's blackout, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Right. I got you. Patrick, what about you?
It was some sort of founder's beer for me.
Okay.
Because I know they're really big up in wherever they're at, so people really
Michigan.
like it, but I'm always like, I'll just take a Guinness. So
yeah.
I liked it. I know people like it. I liked it, so I'll probably like it.
Okay. You don't like all day IPA? Ugh. Okay. Well, what I got written down, this is my drink review is a tale. It's a storyline beer.
Sweet.
So I'm at a party, and there's a bunch of people at this party, and it's just your, Bud Light or it's a Heineken or something.
Do you know the people at the party?
I know the people barely, but I was invited by somebody, a friend of a friend. So I'm really not having a good time just sipping on this beer. It's not very good. And then all of a sudden, you guys walk into this party. I'm like, how did you know so-and-so? How are you guys here? Dude, I'm so glad to see you guys at the very end. And then you raise up 3 Floyd's Gumball Head and set it down. You brought good beer. Finally, I've spent this 90 minutes of bad beer, this bad run-of-the-mill horror beer, and you guys finally close it up to an outstanding ending, and you finally made this movie, this party, good. So thanks to you guys for walking into my drink review.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate that.
Anytime.
But that's what I think about that one. What is something we always do again? Oh, yeah, movie of the week. Patrick, you got a movie of the week for this one.
It's definitely not Adventureland. It was a close race between the other two, but I liked Ritual a lot, so I had to give it to Ritual.
The Ritual. Adam.
I would say Ritual, too. I kind of called this podcast the Battle of the Mediocres.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they're all mid-6s on IMDb, so I thought, this would be a cool competitive... Usually we have a ringer,
right.
an okay one, and then a bad one. You know, that's kind of how I set it up. This time it was all okay, decent ones, so I thought it'd be interesting to see who would emerge, and it turns out the Ritual did.
That's true. I mean, we're just not the rom-com kind of people. I'm in Ritual. I gotta agree, that's movie of the week. But yeah, rom-com versus the horror here in the Netflix Explorers podcast.
I should have done 3 rom-coms, and then next week we could have done 3 horrors. Middle of the pack, even out the playing field.
Well, as Adam said right when we started, a guest of ours, Johnny P., suggested Adventureland. So you guys can suggest films too. Dale at 1890 Studios, you know our email address. Patrick, where can people find out more about the Netflix Explorers podcast?
We're on Facebook.
Yes.
We're on Twitter.
Boom.com too.
We're on the web at 1890studios.com.
Web boom.
We're email integrated.
Yes.
We're cloud-based.
We're cloud-based.
All out of Google.
You've got mail.
So just shoot us an email and you'll be fine. I'm sure you can post wherever you want and we'll look for it. We'll scour the internet just like we scour Netflix.
That's true. We do it.
That goes.
Nice work.
Yeah, this podcast is brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee. Black Rifle.
Taste
the lead.
Adam, thanks for being on the podcast, dude. Great job being the docket master.
No, thank you, Dale. Thank you for driving the show and doing your great job and explaining how the intricacies of podcasting works.
Ooh.
Bertrand's over there in the sound room.
Bertrand, what's going on,
Checking
bro?
out those levels. Give me a thumbs up.
I hear a little...
That's a finger. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, jerk.
What a jerk.
I'm only your boss.
I thought you fired him, but he still shows up every day.
You can't fire a guy with a shotgun.
Oh, that's true. Patrick, thanks for doing the podcast, man.
Hey, I'm here and happy.
Well, those are 2 things I always want you to be, my friend. And I'm happy to be here, too, just in case you guys wanted to know. I'm glad to be here.
I assume so. This is the 1890 Studios is your baby.
It is. Well, you know what? We're all like 3 men and a baby. Isn't that a show?
3 men and an iPad?
That's a movie.
Oh,
3 men and a podcast?
And you are the father figure of the podcast. you always make sure we have food, and
that's true.
So thank you for
gotta feed the crew.
Thank you for being our leader.
Well, thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate it. And as we say here at the Netflix Explorers, peace, y'all. Or what did we say again?
You said peace. What'd you say last week? You were like, well, that's it, yalls. I was like, whoa, that's so aggressive.
Oh, I can't get enough of that.